To tell you about an owner I'll call Mark for the purposes of this video because his situation is one that I see all the time here in North County, San Diego. Mark lived in Denver, and one day he got a call that his mom had passed, and along with everything else that he was having to deal with, he found out he had inherited a condo in Oceanside, and there was already a tenant living in the property. So now Mark's first instinct was the one that most people have: just sell the property, take the cash, and just be done with it. But here's what he didn't know, and what trips up almost everyone who inherits a rental property. When you inherit a property with a tenant in it, you don't just inherit the building, you inherit their lease. You also inherit the security deposit, and you inherit every California landlord obligation that comes along with all that. So the lease didn't end when his mom passed away, of course. Mark was the landlord now, whether he wanted to be a landlord or not, and that tenant has the right to stay through the end of their lease. He couldn't just tell a tenant who lived there for about 3 years to pack up so he could sell the property empty. California law doesn't work like that. So now Mark's 1,000 miles away in Denver. He's grieving, he's got a full-time job, and he's suddenly responsible for this rental. He's never even seen it before, and under laws that he's never actually heard of. He didn't know he was legally required to tell the tenant where to send the rent now. He didn't know that the security deposit his mom collected was now his to account for and return the right way. He didn't know that because he's an out-of-state owner, California requires part of the rental income to be withheld for state taxes. And he definitely didn't know what to do when the tenant texted at 11 o'clock at night about a water heater that broke. So that's when Mark called us. So here's what we did. First, we got a copy of the existing lease, and of course we honored that because that's the law. We sent the tenant a formal notice that the deposit and the management were transferring, and then we set them up to pay rent online through the portal, so Mark never had to chase the check. We handled that out-of-state tax withholding for him every quarter, so he stays compliant without even thinking about that. And when something broke, our team handles it the same day from here, not from Denver. And we walked Mark through the decision that actually mattered the most. Should he keep it or sell it? Once the property was running smoothly and the rent was landing in his account on the same day every month, that fire sale didn't look so smart anymore. He kept the unit. It's income now, it's not a crisis anymore. So if you've inherited a rental property and you're an out-of-state owner, staring at the property you can't physically get to, here's the one thing that I want you to take away. Don't make a fast decision out of stress. You've got more options and more rights than you might think, and the tenant in place actually can be an asset to you, not a problem, once somebody else is handling it correctly. So if you want the California essentials in one place, the deposit rules, a screening process that protects you, and the records to keep you tax ready, we put all of it in our free Carlsbad Landlord's Profit Protection Kit, and you can grab it at the link below. I'm Guy Garner with Raintree Property Management in Carlsbad. Thanks.